Oh hey, remember a video a week? How about we change that to a video a whenever? Bedman is a character that I am not very good at, but a month ago, Kalo in Evo chat asked me for Bedman videos, so despite being a bit ass, he was my second character that went, ooh, go on then. Venom was too complicated in terms of motion. Bedman is spinning a little wheel a little bit, and at an entry level feels like a character who is quite easy. As you go up and up, that becomes less true or more true. I don't know, check the color of that square. But being a character that has a lot of requirements to get the ball rolling, he can be tricky. He's not got a huge amount of devastating mix without meter, even if he can have some pretty dominant pressure. Movement's weird, buttons are weird. He's just like a socially acceptable Arakune.
What I said, it's not alright, is it?
As a result of being a character that's A, very different in terms of playstyle from level to level, and B, a character that I learned very early, not only into my Guilty Gear adventure, but into my fighting game general adventure, I do not have a very good sense of what this character can do, and can't do, and even should want to do. Which puts me in the perfect position to say, fuck it, let's do a tier list! Every one of his options, in my very shitty opinion. Keep in mind, not only am I ass at this character, but I've also been playing extra ass lately. Look how Lou sandbags me here. I just press 6p. Press literally anything. So this is not a tier list for you to go and start learning from. This is a tier list for you to point and laugh at me. Let's go. All right, let's start with the throws. This is ground throw, and it goes. Why are there a million fucking advertisements on this website? I swear to fucking god. It's pretty good, and it lets you like set up seals almost like everywhere on the screen. It's really versatile, and you get like a lot of reward out of it. Not only from just like a, oh, the damage is decent, but also a you're like fucking them up perspective. The only thing that I would say about it that isn't great is that you like absolutely demolish the risk that you build up if you're using it as like part of like a tick throw midway through pressure or whatever. So I'm gonna give it a B for pretty good. Conversely though, there is air throw, and air throw is dick. It feels like you get absolutely fuck all off of air throw, even though, you know, it's air throw. It's like a decent-ish option. Actually, maybe it's not like right at the bottom. The reason I wouldn't say that it's right at the bottom is because like, well, why wouldn't I actually? No, it is ass. Actually, it is ass. You know what? Fuck it, it is ass. This is 5k? What is this? Oh, 2k. Pretty good. It feels like a really nice poke, but also at the same time, like, and it's like essential to his kit, but it also doesn't feel like it's exceptional in any regard. Maybe that's me just being insane, but like I really don't think it's like that special. Oh, fucking 5H. This move is a trap. I think 5H is secretly not that great. It's like, it's an essential combo tool, but especially if you're like new to the game, it can be really deceptive in terms of its actual quality. Even though it's big, the fact that you need like the 2-hit to really like get what you're looking for out of it kind of makes it meh, and you need another button to set it up every single time. C for combo move. You couldn't remove the tool from the character and have him be complete, but it's one of the buttons that you could get rid of and not that much would be missing, in my opinion. You would just change routes like a little bit, you know? 5k? Okay. I've been told by Dustloop that 5k is really good because 5k has low body invulnerability. My question as somebody who is ass is when am I gonna use that? Jump D is, I think, in pretty good tier. It's not actually that useful, but it completes the character when he has 50 bar. You know, it's like an instant overhead that if you don't have meter, it's kind of like, well, that was fucking pointless. But if you have bar, it's like one of the only ways to spend your meter, and it makes your high-low like absolutely terrifying from the point of from like grounded. It's good. I give it a thumbs up. What are these fucking ads? Go away. Task B. I'm going forward. You. Oh, jump heavy. I feel like jump heavy would be better if he didn't already have jump P. Where's jump P actually? This is jump P. But it can sometimes feel like jump H is a little bit invalidated by jump P. Jump P you can use as like a tick throw. You can use it as an air to air. You can use it as like a combo extender. But jump P is such a good and versatile move that it kind of feels like you're never really like incentivized to use jump H, you know? It's not bad, but it's like, it's hard to kind of like find an application for it when you already have such a good like auto combo into itself overhead situation. I don't know, I feel like this is another I don't know how to use for jump H, but also jump P gets its own like category of like P buttons. They're really good. 5P, surprisingly good anti-air, also like an incredibly fast button. It's just like, it's really good. And you can see the same for 2P as well, right? They're all like, basically every single one of his P buttons are insanely good, with the exception of this one. P button, not great. 6P just, it doesn't feel redundant. It's certainly got like its place, but it's really just like, it doesn't feel like you ever have like a reason to use it over other P buttons as like air to airs, or like even fucking air throw sometimes it feels like, but it is more rewarding than air throw by a really substantial margin. And so even though it isn't the best option, you're at least rewarded if you can like get it to work, you know? Ooh, close S, very good. I feel like you could say this for like every single close S in the game. Like I can't really like think of one off the top of my head that's like bad. It's so flexible and you can do so much off of it, and it's like, if it hits, if it doesn't hit, like it's just so versatile. Like what is there to say other than it's so flexible that it's like, it's always a good option if you can get it. Maybe it's not like a great anti-air, but like even then it's like, I've still caught people out of the fucking air with that shit. Like, and then like to immediately put that up as like far S is also surprisingly good. It's not the quickest button, it's not the biggest button, it's nowhere near like as good as the close slash, but it's still decently reliable, surprisingly far reaching, and just generally very good. The 2-piece. What button am I even looking at right now? Is that 2S? 2S? I forget the move button. I forget this button exists. Who? Okay, 6H, similarly a who button, but also a who that I just am not using. Actually, you're right. I don't know why I'm saying you're right. I'm right. It's not a who button. It's a I don't know how to use it button. It feels like every single time I could apply it, I probably should have been in a position where I shouldn't even be needing to use it. And so I'm clearly just like, I'm just using it wrong. Dust. Who? I never used dust on Bedman, and I can't really like think of a situation in which I would. Like even if we're talking in the corner overhead, it's like, well, you just kind of wait until you got 50 meter and then you do instant overhead instead. 2D is also like a button that it's really good, in my opinion. I feel like it's a bit of a trap again. When I was like learning Bedman, I was like, this button goes fucking crazy. It's so big, but it always feels like it doesn't go far enough to catch what you really need it to catch, and it doesn't set you up for anything without like very specific distances. Sure, it like lets you set up like a task A, but I don't know. It doesn't really like do it for me in the way that I feel like it needs to. It's still pretty good, but like, I don't know, man. Jump S is also a button that I've been told via Dust Loop is crazy, but I just never seem to find an application for it. Apparently it's really good to use out of like a tech, but I don't know. I don't see why that would like catch people more than other buttons, especially like jump P, but I don't know. I'm gonna put it in the I don't know how to use this shit. Ooh, okay. At 1, 2, 3, C. This is going in the I love this shit tier. I have no idea if the crouching H variations are particularly good in neutral, but something about hitting these buttons is so goddamn gratifying. Obviously, it's like, okay, you get the 1S, the 1H, and it's a launcher, whippy, that's fucking grand. But also all the other buttons, it just feels right to just be like, big old hitbox underneath you. It kind of like feels like a invite hell if I didn't have to play a dickhead in order to use it. I love that shit. The big ass sheep. Ooh. I actually really like the sheep super. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. His name's like, what the fuck is his name? It's a super that like stuns you if it hits you and it's unblockable, but you have to be airborne for it to connect, and it takes forever to set up. It's a super that's really fun in theory in that you get to just like put something on the screen and say, just do not jump here, but there's so little application for it that you are wasting meter in order to use it. Bad in neutral, it's bad on a knockdown, it's just like, it's bad everywhere. So unfortunately, it's very who, but also I do love that shit. Oh, the only super that people sometimes use, so it's a reversal super, and it's plus on block. Actually, no, it's going way above dick, actually. It's going in pretty good. It's a reversal super that can be thrown out of, and it's not particularly fast to start up, but I don't know, I feel like it's a move that I don't use enough, and every time it gets used against me, I'm like, oh fuck, shit. I kind of fucked up big time. If it wasn't plus on block, this would be very, very different, but the fact that it's plus is like, yeah, I think it's pretty good. Jump K. I'm gonna go forward. Task A. Wow, you really can't see that shit at all. Task A is like such an essential button. It's so good and useful, and it just pins the opponent down in all the right ways. It comes at a brutal angle if you do it in the air. It's so good. I'm gonna put it in S, actually. You know what? It's going all the way up there. It's fucking great. Task C on the ground. I'm gonna go forward. Air C. I would put it in combo move because realistically it's only like actual practical use is in like roots. But also if I use this move in neutral, I am fucking trolling. And I think that's more valuable. So task A, comma, fucking stupid name. The teleporting task A. It feels like it's a move that should be better than it is, and it's just, I never seem to find a good use for it. Normally, whenever I use it, I'm like trapping myself. Oh, Sign 6H. Sign 6H was a teleporting fixed length button that I can't even remember if it was any good. I miss it dearly and I want it back. It's an S tier. And that's all of his options, like excluding the seals. Wait, okay, hold on a second. Let me quickly. Task B replay is like, I feel like it's what you play Bedman for. It's so ridiculously good. It's surprisingly hard to challenge if your mix-up is like actually complicated. That like it's hard to clear the seal. It's just a fucking great button. It's going up in S. Similarly, the Task A average replay is also really good. It's not like great, but it's still really dominant wherever you use it on the screen. It's just good. It's just a good button. Also similarly, Task A, comma, replay. It's not necessarily as useful, but it's still pretty good. Then you got Task C replay. I don't really know what to say about it, if I'm being honest. I'm just gonna put it somewhere. You're just gonna have to fucking deal with it. And there we go. That's the tier list. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's fucking awful. I hope every single Bedman player on the planet is now mad at me, and this might encourage you to make something and then put it out there in the world so that there's like any public Bedman resources. That'd be based. Otherwise, that's the list. How do people end Slop like this?